from the guest of honor for tonight's event. That's none other than Honorable Dr. Martin Ilialomura. Then we shall have the landmark, that is official launching of this program, which will be conducted in a room where we have our systems assembled. Then we shall have presentation of gift, followed by interlude by Emmanuel Kembe. Then we have closing remarks, and then network and refreshment. Guests of honor, sir, at this juncture, I will ask that I will request we stand up and then we sing the national anthem. Thank you so much. You can get seated.
Thank you very much for the wonderful anthems. We will start with a word of prayer from the Christian and the Muslim denominations. I would like to invite the Director General for Administration and Human Resource, Director David Manyunak, and our Director, Haida Dorcas, to come and lead us through the prayers. Thank you.
Honorable Minister Dr. Ilia Limoro, guest of honor of today's function, Honorable Governor Dr. Addis Ababa Otto, Honorable First Undersecretary Garang Majak, Honorable First Deputy Governor of the Bank of South Sudan, board members of the Bank of South Sudan, MDs, Directors General, and all the invited guests. Good morning. I've been tasked to give an opening prayer, and before I get into prayers, I would wanted to bring you to the attention in the book of Isaiah 43, verse 18 to 19. And it says, so forget what happened in earlier times. Don't think about those days so long ago, because I'm doing something new. It is already happening. Surely you can see it. I'm making a road through the desert, and rivers will flow in the dry land. This verse, the teaching about this, which you are going to think about in your own time, is that it encourages us to leave the past behind and recognize that God is actively giving you and I a wisdom and knowledge to create new possibilities and opportunities to develop and enhance South Sudan financial sector. This launching of today's event opened a path that South Sudan financial sector is actually embarking into transformation agenda. So with that base, you can later on reread, redigest, and you get the meaning of that chapter. Can we please bow our head and pray? Heavenly Father, we come before you with humble heart today, grateful for this opportunity to gather and launch this important program, South Sudan Interbank Payment Settlement System. We thank you for bringing each person with their unique gifts and perspective, and we ask for your divine presence to fill this space and guide our actions. Grant us wisdom and clarity as we embark on this new venture of transforming South Sudan financial sector, helping us to make decisions that reflect your will and serve a purpose behind ourselves. Foster a spirit of unity and collaboration among us, so that we may work together with grace, enthusiasm, and a shared commitment to our goal as an institution and a country. May the effort of this South Sudan Interbank Payment Settlement System bring lasting benefit to all involved and beneficiaries, and be for your greater glory and the service of humanity. Guide us through the process, and may our work bear fruit in abundance. In Jesus' name I pray.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والضحى والليل إذا سجى ما ودعك ربك وما قلى وللآخرة خير لك من الأولى ولسوف يعطيك ربك فترضى ألم يجدك يتيما فآوى ووجدك ضالا فهدى ووجدك عائلا فأغنى فأما اليتيم فلا تقهر وأما السائل فلا تنهر وأما بنعمة ربك فحدث. صدق الله العظيم.
Thank you very much. Right about now, we are getting into our program. I'd like to invite the chairperson of the organizing committee, Dr. Chan Andrea Chan, our Director General also for banking operations. You're most welcome, sir.
Thank you, MC. Honorable Dr. Martin Elia Lamaro, Minister of Corporate Affairs and the guest of honor for this occasion, high dignitaries, representative of development partners, Honorable Under Secretary of the Minister of Finance, Garang Majak, representative of the banking industry, board members present, and ladies and gentlemen, good morning. As we gather here this morning, please allow me to briefly take you through the key milestone in the of Sudan integrated payment settlement and payment system, from the early stages to the full-fledged payment infrastructure. This journey started in 2015 when the World Bank, in collaboration with the Bank of South Sudan, initiated a comprehensive stock-taking exercise to assess the status of the payment system infrastructure, gaps, regulatory framework, and institutional capacity. One of this exercise was mapping the then payment channels, their bottlenecks, cash base, limited interoperability, and the weak settlement mechanism. In 2019, a strategic support and funding was provided by the African Development Bank and the EAC, East African Community, to modernize and digitalize the payment system infrastructure in South Sudan, to coalesce around the shared vision of enhancing cross-border payments in South Sudan and across the regions in terms of interoperability. In the same year, a project team of 7 staff members was constituted to oversee the implementation process and capacity building through a small division within the Directorates of Banking Operation, which later culminated into a full department in 2022, led by a Director of Payment System. This new structure currently houses 27 qualified and highly trained staff members, became the bedrock of the modernization and national payment system, signaling sustainability and continuity beyond the project life cycle. South Sudan today, as we mark the full launch of the real-time gross settlement system, that is the RTGS, automated clearing house, ACH, and the central secretary depository, all integrated in a one payment ecosystem that we call ATS+. Ladies and gentlemen, as I conclude this brief historical background, allow me on the behalf of the committee to register our sincerest gratitude and appreciation to the leadership of the Bank of South Sudan for the relentless support provided, leading to the fruition and realization of these key pillars in the modernization of payment system in South Sudan. Likewise, we thank our partners, African Development Bank, the EAC, bankers associations, and various actors from both public and private sectors. Thank you all for being here today, and God bless you all. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Chair of the Organizing Committee. Right about now, we are preparing to showcase to you a small video clip organized by the Organizing Committee themselves. Ladies and gentlemen, enjoy the video.
On behalf behalf of the Bank of South Sudan, the Board of Directors, the Executive, and the entire staff, I am proud to announce the official launch of the National Payment System, what we call South Sudan Interbank Payment and Settlement System, on today, October 10, 2025, under the theme, Digitizing South Sudan Future.
Before South Sudan became independent in 2011, its financial system was exclusively controlled by Khartoum, the capital of Sudan. Without its own sovereign central bank, South Sudan's important monetary decisions were made in Sudan. After independence, building a strong and modern financial system became a priority.
These milestones mark the beginning of a new chapter in South Sudan financial planning. The national payment systems allow the real-time payments across bank, mobile money, platforms, and fintech, but also promote the financial inclusion, which has been one of our reforms agenda for all citizens, especially women and youth that form the majority of any society. But also we believe the national payment system will strengthen efficiency, transparency, and innovation in both businesses and governments.
President Salva Kiir declared the Bank of South Sudan as an independent institution. For many years, the banking system was slow, and using the manual system, people use it to issue handwritten checks, and processing approvals have been bureaucratic, causing delays and mistrust.
Because currently we are managing this manual, and you transfer money from bank X to bank Y, it takes sometimes 48 hours. But with the system, it is going to be payments on real time. Just a click, and this payment is finished. From beneficiary A to beneficiary B. We'll just get the payment at the same time. I would also want to thank the commercial banks because they've been working together with us. And of course, we cannot achieve having it alone without the commercial banks, because the payments are going to be interbank. This system is looking at future operation with the region, make it a platform that will be able to exchange payments throughout the region.
These initiatives will help assess our commitment to modernization payment system, enhancing interbank connectivity, and promoting financial stability. It is really a strategic step toward a more efficient, secure, and inclusive financial ecosystem.
The world is getting digitalized. We've seen even in South Sudan some mobile money that are here and what benefit it has to the people. So I would like to encourage all our traders, or rather to ask all of them, to ensure that they cooperate with the government or public sector and with customers.
Now the Bank of South Sudan has worked persistently with international experts, notably from East African Community and African Development Bank, to create the first interbank electronic payment system in the country.
And we, as a commercial banks, we are very, very happy because we have been suffering all this time, working manually. Even during the clearance, we have to send somebody from our banks to central bank, and then the second day the result will be out. And as a chair of the SSB, South Sudan Banking Association, this one also will help in prioritizing the value of transaction. We could reduce risk in wholesale system by ensuring that large and time-sensitive payments are clear, efficient. We are now happy because we can operate globally.
This system connects This system also assists fight corruption and makes banking safer and more reliable for everybody in the country.
The national payment system will have an impact on the way that we do transactions as we move from paper-based to digital payment system, and also as we integrate all other government institutions into the system. Automation of the clearinghouse and the CSD, automation of government securities and treasury bills, is going to be an important trend, and it will also represent the nucleus for the formation of many markets in the country, and that will give also liquidity, and also the way that South Sudan will project its growth in terms of banking sector and banking industry.
For us as a national communication authorities, we certainly regulate the platform. We see that platform can be used as suitable. So for us, we encourage the public to be ready to receive, to adapt the system so that we move and our economic activities should expand. Through the digital transformation, we will be able also to serve unserved people, like vulnerable people, some people who are living late. So you will be ready to send your money to your family, to your friend. On time, we are going to come up with the internet action point, where also the internet will be regulated. All the ISP, all the carrier will be there, and we will try to discuss with the Internet Civil Society on that. We'll manage that, so that also we safeguard the process of the digital payment system.
The new system uses strong protection and constant monitoring to keep every transaction safe and trustworthy.
The system has been designed in a way downloaded on the computer, unless you are authorized. If you are not authorized, you will not be able to access it, and it is really secure. There is what is called electronic token, like a flat disk, where you have to be registered by our IT security engineers. They have to register you with your name, and then you will be assigned that token where you can access our application on a PC, on a single computer. Once you remove that disk, nobody else will access it unless or otherwise you have been assigned to really do that. Just a component of penalty where any transaction you have sent, once it enters the system, either it is rejected or go through, unless or otherwise. If it go through, that's good, positive, but if you do not have enough funds in your account, then it will reject automatically without even human interference. The central bank is providing a VPN network where you can transfer between one bank to another using that rate.
We are working hard to simplify transactions, making sure we build trust among the customers. And we are also working with all the stakeholders to make sure that mobile money transactions are safe and everybody is included in the transaction.
We are now living in an age where we need to use digital services. And what digital services means is that you have access to services at the click of your phone on your phone.
Governor Dr. Zababa Ufo says this high technology system is a key step towards modernizing the country's economy, attracting investment and linking South Sudan to the global market.
We are deeply grateful to His Excellency Salva Kiir Mayardit, the President of the Republic of South Sudan, for his visionary leadership. And we are also grateful to our development partners, especially the African Development Bank, the East African Community, among others, for their vital support in realizing this transformative initiative. This achievement of today is just the beginning, a beginning of what we call a digital transformation journey. A journey that will connect, empower, and strengthen South Sudan economy for generations to come. I call upon all of you to join us together so that we build that vision that is good for all our people and businesses.
From handwritten checks to instant electronic payments, South Sudan's banking system is changing. Thanks to the leadership of President Salva Kiir, Governor Addis Ababa, and their team, the country is building a strong and more inclusive banking and financial future.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome once again. As you witness the beginning of an era, the future of South Sudan is getting realized. We are coming to the realization of our future in finance. You will witness it today. Thank you very much. And at this juncture, I'd like to invite our Director for National Payment System, Director Akum David Sabalker, to take us through the technical overview of the automated transformer system. Welcome, sir.
Thank you. Honorable Minister of Cabinet Affairs, the Undersecretary, Minister of Finance, Honorable Governor, First Deputy Governor, Second Deputy Governor, the representative of the EAC, our esteemed board members, the Director Generals of the Bank of South Sudan, our key stakeholders, the Commercial Bank, the MNOs, the media, and the staff at large. Good morning. I will not take you through the technical part of the system, but I would rather reflect on the journey, how we came to today, why we are launching today. Let me start like this. In 2019, there was a tripartite agreement that was signed between the African Development Bank, the East African Community, Minister of Finance, represented by the Bank of South Sudan. And these three parties had different roles to play in the implementation of the national payment system, or the national payment system in the Republic of South Sudan. Bank of South Sudan was tasked to execute all the activities of the project. African Development Bank as a grantor of the grant, East African Community to execute on behalf of the Bank of South Sudan. And I would like to acknowledge the presence of the project manager who has been with us all this time, since that journey, since 2019 until today, Mr. Razia. Maybe you can stand up so that people can see you. We are honored to have her here. She has been very helpful. She has really been doing a lot on behalf of Bank of South Sudan. She has been the project manager sitting in Arusha, making all the correspondence to African Development Bank, to the Bank of South Sudan, and to all our development partners, and all the procurement process were executed by her. Not to forget a very important gentleman, Mr. Isaiah Odua, who is also here with us. He is from the EAC Secretariat, who has been helping us technically in ICT side. Mr. Isaiah, if you can stand up so that people can see you. Our sister in our absential, Ms. Grace, who is the task force manager of African Development Bank. She has been sitting in Nairobi, but supporting this project tirelessly from day one. I always call her even at 10 in midnight, and she could still pick my calls. I would like to acknowledge her by maybe giving a round of applause to her in our absence. Not to forget my colleagues who have been really working hard with me during that journey. There are 4, and I will read their names. Maybe they can stand up so that people can recognize you and maybe give a hand to you. I will start with Mr. Kwaji Spotter Yassin, Sarah Simon Kweth, Moga James Morris, and maybe myself. So this has been a very long journey. It was not an easy journey. It was with a lot of turbulence. We faced a lot of challenges, both internally and externally. So during that period, National Payment System was a small division under banking operation, as mentioned before by our DG. It was a very small division under banking operation. So we got a huge support from the African Development Bank through the EAC, where they recruited a technical consultant to do what is called institutional capacity assessment, in which they procured a consultant from one of the countries, a very small country in Europe. It was from Moldova. He used to be the former director of National Payment System of the Bank of Moldova. He was onboarded by both the EAC and African Development Bank and Bank of South Sudan. He's called Mr. Igor. I also would like to recognize him because he worked tirelessly during COVID. I remember before COVID, people were not used to locking into Zoom or team meetings. People were reluctant to use Zoom. Rather, we were using physical meeting. So during that period, Mr. Igor was able to deliver this project virtually, and we got used to virtual call. Until today, we should call ourselves, we are the best on the virtual call as a national payment system because of that experience we had with Mr. Igor. I would like, with a round of applause, to just recognize Mr. Igor, who is not present here, but I will brief him in the day. He has really helped to establish the National Payment System Department of today, why we exist. So, Mr. Igor helped us to establish the department. It was not easy because the department did not exist. So it was very difficult because the function of the national payment system were decentralized in the central bank, and it was really very difficult to identify where these functions are sitting in the central bank. So what it did, virtually, had to train us as a department. How do we get these functions that are sitting in different departments within the central bank? So he advised us the same approach that he was approaching Moldova, that we should do a capacity building to all those departments that are holding our function. So it was very easy for us to go out and train, do some meetings with different departments where our function was sitting, and it was very easy for us now to consolidate all the functions that were not sitting with the national payment system. So the department was established in 2022, and today we are fully fledged, as alluded before by DG. We are a fully fledged department with 27 staff that are professional, as mentioned by our DG. So we are fully staffed and we are running the department as we speak. We did not stop there. It was a journey. The same EAC had to sit represented by Teresia, and we say, no, what kind of national payment system do we need to have in the Republic of South Sudan? So Teresia, and in coordination with my team, what she did was to develop a term of reference, to develop what is called the vision and the strategy for the national payment system of the Republic of South Sudan. So the same project procured a consultant. It was also during COVID. A consultant was procured to develop the vision and the strategy, and looked and deep dive exactly what kind of payment system do we need to have in the Republic of South Sudan. So we succeeded. The term of reference was developed, we reviewed, and it was put out across all the websites in the world by the EAC, and we were able to get a consultant from one of the countries. He was able to develop the vision and the strategy for the national payment system in the Republic of South Sudan. So that was accomplished and by the EAC. Another one, we did not stop there because you cannot just have and arrive here today. Very important one is to have the laws. The same EAC through African Development Bank also thought of, let's come up with the legal and regulatory framework. Let's maybe recruit a consultant. By the way, national payment system law is not learned at university. It's still a new phenomenon in the world. So you cannot learn national payment system law at the university. So it was the right time now. The EAC took upon themselves, and they thought we come up with a term of reference where we should get now the legal consultant from one of the countries. So we worked on the TOR with the team and the EAC and AFDB, and make sure that we have the legal framework. It was developed, the consultant was procured, and we got the consultant. As we speak now, we have the draft National Payment System Act that is still sitting in our institutions that supports the laws in this country. But of course, it will be enacted in due course. But we did not stop there. We thought maybe we'll come up with regulations that we can use to operate this system we are launching today. We did not stop there. It was not enough to arrive to where we are today. The same EAC and AFDB thoughts of, now that we have our in-house, we have enabled our environment, we have the law, we have the strategy, we have the department, it is the right time for us now to have a technical consultant to look into the system itself. What kind of system do we really need to have in this country? So through AFDB and EAC, a term of reference was developed to look and procure a technical consultant to look into our system. What kind of system do we need to have? And that consultant worked. We were very lucky to get one of the old men. I'm really sorry he's not here today, and he apologized on his own behalf. He just got a fracture on his leg, and he could not travel. He's based in the US. He apologized. He was supposed to arrive yesterday, but because he got an accident, and he could not make it. So in the next 3 months, he will be on bed. That's why he did not arrive yesterday. So we were very lucky to get a Senegalese old man who developed our system specification, a very unique system that does not exist in any of the country in the region, maybe one, and I will mention. The system he thought he should have for this country, and to his own knowledge, he said this country is a new country, and he's going to have a gift to this country, the Republic of South Sudan, being the only new country in the world. So let me just thought of a system that I should provide for you, a very unique system. And what is that system? You call it the state-of-the-art. The state-of-the-art automated transfer system, ATS plus. And then he added a component of plus. Plus component is very unique. It is IFT, it will act like a switch, which will not be implemented at this stage. We will have, maybe in the next 2 to 3 months, we might also thought of implementing the IFT. So that consultant thought, let me come up with a very unique system to this country of mine. And that was his last consultancy, by the way. He's very old, and he said, this is going to be my last consultancy, and let me make sure, let me recommend the best system for this new country, the ATS Plus that we are launching today. And he went ahead, he said, let me not stop there. Let me just say, and I will name that system for you. And how he named that system, he named it to be called South Sudan Interbank Payment and Settlement System. That name arrived from our brother Habib, who is not here. I will appreciate if we can just give a round of applause to him in its absence. So that this system exists in only 2 countries. It only exists in Congo, that he consulted in. It also exists in Somalia. So we will be the 3rd country that the system is going to exist in the ATS Plus that we are having. A very unique system, very simple to use, and I will just break it down just to understand, but technically later on when you'll be shown the demo, you will understand what an ATS Plus is. But ATS Plus, basically, it is a combination of real-time gross settlement, that's for interbank. Real-time gross settlement, just for interbank, credit transfer, financial institution transfer, how Bank A can transfer to Bank B in a very fast, cost-effective manner. That's a very short definition, but you will continue to understand as you looked at the demo. That's the meaning of ATS Plus. And then there's an element of automated clearinghouse, as mentioned before by the Chair, Bankers Association. It has been hectic and also time-consuming because it is also costly, where commercial bank every morning, they send a clearing official to the central bank every morning at 10. They go to central bank to exchange check with different banks, and then go back at 2. They also come back, which is time-consuming. This system, commercial bank will not be coming to central bank anymore. You'll be working on your desk. That's what this system is coming to address. This manual process of clearing checks and working with checks. You deposit you write a check to someone, take 2 days or more, it will not be there. As long as you have funds in your account, that check will be cleared in real time. That's the meaning of this system. So thank you very much. I thought to take you through this short journey we came in. We did not end there. This journey was with a lot of challenges, both internally and externally. But let me just touch base on the external challenges, and I will come to internal challenges. The external challenges we face is because the way this project was designed, a tripartite arrangement that was put in place, where the EAC, we only communicate through the East African community, rather we communicate to African Development Bank. It was not a direct implementation, it was through another party. We faced a lot of challenges where the procurement process used to delay. However, we used to maneuver because of the agility we had with my own team. That's why we arrived here today. Another internal challenge was the issue of capacity. We did not understand what the national payment system was. That's why we used to have those internal resistance from different departments when we require information. However, with the resilience of my team, we were able to maneuver and arrive to where we were arriving at that moment. So, dear Honorable Minister, Governor, and the invited guests, thank you very much. I thought just to take you through the reflection of the journey we have gone through. Towards a tough journey, but here we have arrived. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Director, National Payment System. I feel that's not enough. Let us give him a warm applause, please. Thank you. We shall be having a bit of changes in the program. Right immediately after the interlude, we shall have remarks or speech from the First Under Secretary of the Ministry of Finance. So at this juncture, allow me invite the project manager, East African Payment and Settlement System Integrated Project, Madam Teresia Dibo. You are most welcome to give your remarks.
Good morning. Honorable Minister for Finance, Honorable Under Secretary, Honorable Governor, Bank of Sudan, Deputy Governors, all invited guests, protocol observed. I take this ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to join you in this important event that marks a beginning of a new era in the provision of banking and financial services. As we gather here today, we mark not only the culmination of an important milestone in the South Sudan financial sector, but strong step towards realizing our shared goal, seamless, interconnected financial ecosystem. Our region in major factor in deepening the ESC integration process, and more so the financial system integration. As you may be aware, payment systems play a vital role in the soundness of economies, and as such, the safety, efficiency of payment and settlement system are a major concern for central banks around the world. As one of the principal functions, it is to be guarded because of the public confidence in the money. This confidence depends crucially on the ability of economic agent to transmit money and financials. This confidence depends crucially on the ability of economic agent to transmit money and financial instruments smoothly and securely through payment and settlement system. Therefore, efforts should be focused on building financial systems which is stable, resilient, and able to absorb any magnitude of shock, as well adapt to changes and circumstances. So this would be through better governance and risk management cultures that involve management and employees, Having collective effort from all stakeholders and market discipline, allowing information sharing on the conditions of liquidity, and this will be achieved through the SIPs, which is being launched today. Having ability to anticipate, identify, measure emerging risks as early as possible and mitigating these risks. And the system which we are going to launch today will be capable of doing all this. And also having capacity to absorb any losses or shocks that can be found in this system. The ability to adapt by adjusting to new realities and be changed, that is the regulatory, economic conditions or new competitors. So this system we are launching today will be able to address all these factors I've mentioned. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to begin by commending the management of Bank of South Sudan for the hard work of the project, the team, technical partners, the consultant, and all staff behind the scene who worked tirelessly, giving their time and energy and expertise to the project. It is worth noting that success of any payment system depends fully on the participation of all relevant stakeholders. And we have seen that all the stakeholders involved in this system, starting from the Ministry of Communication, we've gone to other infrastructure ministries, have all been involved for us to be where we are today. Therefore, it is good that all the relevant stakeholders give their commitment and expertise, and we've been able to reach where we are from the initiation of this project to date. At the heart of this project lies a vision to make the cross-border payments faster, more secure, more efficient for business, government, and individuals across the region. This milestone is laying a groundwork for greater economic inclusion, reducing transaction costs, and enabling the real-time settlement. This is one of what the EAC, the East Africa Monetary Union, envisages. In Article 15, the EAC will develop, implement, secure, efficient and reliable integrated payment and settlement system for trading and securities depository, and we expect this to be live. We are looking forward to having a single monetary union in 2013 with a regional central bank. As you are aware, we already have the EAC payments system, a regional payment and settlement system, and the countries which are already there are the 4 original countries, and we are happy that now the Bank of South Sudan and Republic of South Sudan will join the IPS payment system that uses the local currency to transfer funds within region. So in that system, we'll also have to include the South Sudanese pounds that will be transacted with the region, the same as the Kenya shillings, the Uganda shilling, the Rwandese franc, the Burundian francs. So all these currencies are going to be used in the coming system. So I think a lot has been said about the project. We are still with the project, and we are going to be integrating the new phase. Will be the security system, which Bank of South Sudan and the Republic of South Sudan is one of the key countries that are going to be targeted. So with these few remarks, I wish to thank the African Development Bank for the immense support they've continued to provide the East African community, the regional central banks who have also supported Bank of South Sudan. As we go to this project, we've had many staff coming from the Bank of Tanzania, Bank of Uganda, coming to assist us implement the system. So as a region, we've been supporting one another, and therefore it gives me pleasure that we are able to support each other as we work towards the integration of the region. So with this, I say thank you to the regional central banks for the excellent relations and steadfast support they have extended to the Bank of South Sudan that has led to the successful implementation of the South Sudan regional, the RTGS system. I now take this opportunity to reaffirm the Secretariat commitment to the regional integration agenda and to thank all of you for having made this a reality vision for Republic of South Sudan. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you very much, Madam. At this juncture, I would like to invite the representative of the African Development Bank, Mr. Themba Mbebo, to come and give us a statement. You're most welcome, sir. Let's give him a round of applause as he comes.
Honorable Minister of Cabinet Affairs, Honorable Governor, Bank of South Sudan, Honorable and First Secretary, Minister of Finance and Planning, and Honorable First Deputy Governor and Honorable Deputy Governor, colleagues from development partners, all protocol observed. Good morning. First of all, I would like to apologize on behalf of our country manager. He was supposed to be here to provide remarks on this important occasion. Unfortunately, he was he was taken up by another commitment. He was not able to make it. So I'm here to let you know that he's not here. He's engaged in another commitment. Second to that, I think a lot has been spoken by the previous speakers on the support the African Development Bank has provided to this process. The South Sudan Interbank Payment System, payment and settlement system. The bank has been working with the government and the people of South Sudan for quite some time, but there are some other projects also which are not only supporting the Bank of South Sudan, but across different institutions of the government. We really appreciate the collaboration of the regional banks which have worked together with the Bank of South Sudan to realize the launch of this important interbank payment and settlement system. Without taking my time, I would just want to say thank you very much, and we wish the Bank of South Sudan and the banking system in South Sudan very best of luck in implementing this important first step financial system. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir, and the luck is well received. Right about now, I hope we are all happy. I hope everyone is happy, because this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, a secure, a seamless system that is brightening the future of South Sudan. This is really something for us to be proud of, something that makes us really happy. I would like to invite the chairperson of the Bankers Association, Madam Bruna, to come and give us a word. You're most welcome, Madam. Please let's give her a round of applause as she comes.
Bank of South Sudan, oye! Bank of South Sudan, oye! Honorable Minister of Cabinet Affairs, Under Secretary of Finance, Honorable Governor, Deputy, the two deputies, and the partners, development partners, all protocol observed. I stand here as chairperson of South Sudan Banking Association. It is high time for our country. This event is really historically. And as I've said before, we in South Sudan, we always dream, and our dreams always come true because we work hard for that. We say we want a nation, we got it in 2011. And now for us now to build the infrastructure. We have now the South Sudan Bank of South Sudan, which is the most important institution in the economic development of the country. And now we want to have an independent bank. I mean, during those days it was a branch, but it became independent. And now our hope is all in Bank of South Sudan and its leadership. Because now the development economically depends mostly on Bank of South Sudan. And I'm happy because we have brains, we have active, we have the capacity, we have the skill within the Bank of South Sudan. That's why today we start the project, very important one, the South Sudan Interbank Payment and Settlement System. This is a great achievement. And we in the association, we have been struggling, we have been suffering for doing things. People are saying, you South Sudan, you are working manually, you are working traditionally, you are working what. But today, all this has gone. It became a history because we have this interbank payment and settlement system. And I congratulate the leadership of Bank of South Sudan for putting this department a top priority in their agenda, supporting and make sure that it become reality, which we are witnessing today. And with this payment and settlement system, we are a commercial bank. We can connect our financial activity very fast within our country, even with East Africa, because we know that this also will be integrated in East Africa payment and settlement system. And the benefit of this system is many, but the most important, it can play a great role in financial inclusion, in transparency and public accountability, in cost effectiveness, in financial stability and security. That's why we in commercial bank, we are really very, very happy. And of course now the system is out and we are happy, but we have to make it attractive. And also we make sure that any weaknesses should be addressed. So in performing its duty, this is to South Sudan Banking, to Bank of South Sudan, promotes safety and efficiency of the payment system, to ensure the soundness of the system and hence financial stability, prevent market abuse by ensuring antitrust tendencies is minimized, ensure condition of fairness, equity, transparency in the system, the right and obligation of parties to fund transfer are allocated in equitable manner to ensure the field for all payment of the participant are observed. Protect payment system from criminal abuse, such as money laundering and fraud. Address risks that could jeopardize the soundness of the system by promoting risk reduction measures. Reduce and contain the systematic risks inherent in the system. Keep abreast with international development in payment system, oversight and payment in general. Monitor the explosion in the system, in the South Sudan, inter-branch settlement and payment system. In conclusion, we in the commercial banks or the commercial bank general, we are part of this project. And we are really happy and ready to cooperate with the central bank. And some of our recommendation is that the Bank of South Sudan should establish a council to develop a long-run strategy for this payment system, and should also meet, the council should meet regularly to address regarding risks and efficiency issues, and also to establish working group to assess and make recommendation in specific payment issue as necessary. For example, adopt new form, or it is standardized, or check similar procedure. This is because we want the sustainability of the system. We are enjoying now, we are happy, but we don't want after 1-2 years there is up and down in the system. So we have to make this precaution to make that our happiness will not also let us worry. Again, I congratulate the governor and his team, and also especially the team, the department of the payment system. Mr. Okumu used to move around to all the commercial banks. Sometimes he sent his staff, but sometimes he comes personally. He wants things to move. Even in integration, he's pushing very hard that we in the commercial bank, we should not sleep, because this is for our benefit. Without us, the system will not move. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Madam Bruna. We are always proud of women in leadership. We are always proud of women that are fighting for the financial security of South Sudan. Thank you very much. The National Communication Authority, the representative would like to register his apologies, Honorable Get Kwan Matiang, for not making it. However, he has sent somebody to represent him to also witness the beginning of this new era. So I would like to invite Mr. Chol Joseph Mayan to please come forward. Thank you. A round of applause. A round of applause. Let's welcome him. Let's welcome him.
Thank you, MC. Honorable Dr. Martin Elia Lomoro, the Minister of Cabinet Affairs, Republic of South Sudan, First Under Secretary, Minister of Finance and Planning, Honorable Garang Majak, Honorable Dr. Addis Ababa, Governor of Central Bank of South Sudan, First Deputy Governor, and distinguished CEOs of commercial banks. One of them was talking here, and also other financial institutions, development partners, telecom operators, because they are partners here. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Today marks the historic milestone of South Sudan digital economy journey in the official launch of South Sudan Interbank Payment System, SIP. This platform connects banks, citizens, and businesses under a secure, seamless payment framework, laying a foundation for more integrated, efficient, inclusive economy. As National Communication Authority of South Sudan, we are proud to stand alongside the Central Bank and our partners in making this vision a reality. A vision where technology, trust, connectivity drive financial inclusion and sustainable development. At the heart of every financial transactions lies a communication infrastructure. It is invisible, yet it is essential link that makes digital payments possible. And as a regulator of the ICT and digital communication sector, the National Communication Authority ensure that the infrastructure powering financial system is reliable, secure, and compatible. We work to ensure the digital backbone networks, data centers, exchange points, the way also you have seen in the video, the Director General of National Communication Authority assured that internet exchange point is one of the elements, is similar to the achievement we are doing today. This SIP, it is our financial and economical border to the rest of the world. Also, the internet exchange point is a digital border like the physical border that we have. NCA contribute to strengthening national digital trust, enabling innovation across both public and private sector. In the digital economy, trust is the currency of progress. Without secure systems and responsible data handling, innovation cannot thrive. The NCA continue to lead in promoting cybersecurity and data protection through this initiative. One of them is to establish national cybersecurity framework, which is also helping in securing such kind of system. Coordinating the financial institutions on cyber incident through the cyber incident response team that we already established. Supporting and adopting data protection bill. That bill is overdue bill that is now still not enacted into law, and it is mother of laws in the ICT sector. So we need that bill to be out so that it protects our data and our data sovereignty. Every transaction made in interbank system must inspire confidence that the data are protected, systems are resilient, and users are safe. NCA mission is to catalyze digital transformation, inclusive prosperity to South Sudan through collaborative regulations, competition, enforcement, and innovation. We aim to empower and protect citizens through the digital transformation journey. Financial inclusion cannot be achieved without connectivity, and that's why NCA embarked on the journey to connect every village in South Sudan and every town and every city so that everybody can enjoy the benefits of digital finance and businesses can prosper. We connect more people to reliable networks, unlock opportunities, and we also help mobile banking, e-payments, digital trades. This transformation empowers citizens to drive economic participation, turning connectivity into a true catalyst for national development. The NCA support this vision, ensuring that digital and telecom infrastructure align with the regional and international standards, enabling seamless and cross-sectoral collaboration between telecoms, finance, and trade. Ladies and gentlemen, our aspiration in National Communication Authority are very clear. They are a digitally connected South Sudan that is secure, competitive, and regionally integrated, where every citizen can participate in the digital economy with confidence. On behalf of the National Communication Authority, I congratulate the Central Bank of South Sudan and all partners involved for this landmark achievement. Let's continue working together across sectors and borders to ensure that South Sudan digital transformation remains secure, inclusive, and regionally connected. Because this new era, connectivity means opportunity and security means progress. This landmark came on time to rescue our digital payment platforms from collapsing. All of us, we know in this time, all the mobile network operators platform like Momo, Mgrouch, and DigiCash, those platforms are facing immense challenges that can be solved by SIP today. So SIP came in the right time. With this, I thank you all, and once again I congratulate the Central Bank. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Director, Research and Planning, for the wonderful remarks. At this point, let's call upon the Oropap group to come and give us the entertainment. Please relax, enjoy the dance. This is courtesy of Bank of South Sudan. Important announcement for those who came a bit late. Behind us, if you are called by nature, on your right is for ladies, on the left is for gentlemen. Thank you very much. Enjoy the dance. Oropap group.
Yes, sir. Yes, good morning. Thank you so much, this Europap Cultural Foundation. We are going to present for you more than 6 tribes, different tribes of South Sudan. Right now we are starting with Yulu. Yulu is found in Western Bahar Ghazal State, county of Raja. Hope you will enjoy with us. Thank you so much. We are going to Upper Nile State, Shulu, the kingdom.
Gumutu Yamalaya Yamalakoti Jamalaya Gumutu Yamalaya Yamalakoti Jamalaya Yamalawa Yawa Gumuyo Gumutu Jamalaya Dinalo Gumutu Yamalaya Yamalakoti Jamalaya Gumutu Jalapaj Yamalakoti Yawa, Gumayo, Gumuto, Jamalia. Walk at the shoulder, walk at. You are top. I look away, walk away, I know. Kawangalawa, ayulo. Kawangalawa. Nyadie. Ayulo kawangalawa. Ayulo. Kawangalawa. Nyadie. Ayulo kawangalawa. Kawangalawa. Ayulo. Kawangalawa. Ayulo kawangalawa. Ayulo. Kawangalawa. Nyadie. Ayulo kawangalawa. Ayulo. Kawangalawa. Nyadie. Ayulo kawangalawa. Ayulo. Where you do? Hello. Yes, sir. Ane burole Bahar Ghazal Dinka.
Wow, this was wonderful. Let's give applause to Oropap, please. Don't forget, this is courtesy of Bank of South Sudan. You also give applause to Bank of South Sudan. Thank you very much. At this point, allow me to welcome the first Undersecretary, Minister of Finance, Garang Majak. You're welcome.
Honorable Dr. Martin Elia Lomoro, Minister for Cabinet Affairs, Republic of South Sudan. Honorable Dr. Addis Ababa, the Governor of the Bank of South Sudan. Honorable Samuel Yanga, the first Deputy Governor of the Bank of South Sudan. Honorable Rita, the second Deputy Governor of the Bank of South Sudan. Honorable CEOs of different financial institutions in the banking sector, representatives from development partners, the senior official of the ministry, the senior official of the Bank of South Sudan, the directors generals, the directors, the media, invited guests, ladies and gentlemen. I greet you all this morning in the name of South Sudan and in the name of our President, General Salva Kiir Mayardit. I stand before you on behalf of the Minister of Finance, our Honorable Minister Athianding Athian, who has traveled to the U.S. to represent the Republic of South Sudan in the World Bank and IMF. Honorable Minister could have been here because this is very important financial platform of which the Minister of Finance is proud and committed to be part of the process, and it has been part of the process from the beginning. On behalf of the Ministry of Finance, before I forget, the important recognition and appreciation to the Bank of South Sudan under the leadership of Dr. Addis, we would like to congratulate the leadership and all the stakeholders, the partners, and all institutions involved in this initiative of national payment system. We all know very well that financial transaction and financial inclusion is centered in the livelihood of each and every one of us. And all the economies in the world, they develop because of the system that is secure, that is stable, that is also connected domestically and internationally. The national payment system and interbank payment system is very important because the whole world is going digitally, and Ministry of Finance will support a payment that will be more effective and efficient, cost effective, and also supporting economic development, and also supporting the private sector, which is the engine of the economy. And therefore, we stand ready to support the government of South Sudan and the banking sector in the country and beyond by making sure that this system is more sustainable, that promotes financial inclusion, that also promotes economic stability. It also promotes the efficiency and effectiveness of the financial services. And as you know, Ministry of Finance, they represent the government of the Republic of South Sudan in terms of financial services provision, is the biggest consumer of the financial services. Therefore, we would like to assure all the stakeholders, the financial institution, both, let's say, in the public sector and private, that we are committed to working together with you to make sure that this system is successful and also support the inclusive investment in the Republic of South Sudan, making sure that we also restore the confidence and trust in the banking sector. Meaning that when you transact, it is cost effective, and it is also fast, it is secure, and it is also a payment that can be trusted internationally and locally. Me sitting here for all this time, it actually emphasizes that we are committed, as you know very well, as the Under-Secretary for Finance. My time is always at essence. But because the minister is not here, and I'm the only one representing the Minister of Finance, I decided to remain here so that I listen to all the speakers. I also listened to the presentation, beautiful presentation. I also listened to the theme and the important milestone of this system. That's why I've been here. After this speech, I will request Honorable Minister Dr. Martin, who is the guest of honor, a leave of absence, because I have been here and a lot of things that are urgent need to be addressed when I get back to the office. Honorable Dr. Martin, we appreciate your presence. Ministry of Finance and the Central Bank of South Sudan, they are actually the key stakeholders that promote financial development and financial services provision, and also link the public and private sector to make sure that we have a robust economic strategy that support financial inclusion, that also create job opportunities for young people, that also create financial services, making sure that we also link this system to the efficiency or the management of exchange rate, the management of the interest rate, and also the management of the financial services or the payment system inside and outside the country. With this, Honorable Minister, we can assure the government of South Sudan that we will work together with the Bank of South Sudan and all the stakeholders, including our international and domestic financial institutions, to make sure that this system is successful and it can be trusted by all the users. It should also be sustainable, and it should also support economic growth, and that should be linked to the financial global and regional system. With this, it's just a great day for all of us, ladies and gentlemen. And I will take all the key messages from you to our Minister of Finance, and then also to the entire family, Minister of Finance and Planning, that we have a duty, we stand ready to support the Bank of South Sudan and the banking sector, and also support the East Africa payment system that is very vital, of which we believe in the next 5 to 10 years, we shall be having a single East African community currency. That would actually accelerate economic development and harmonize the deficiencies that we get with the local currencies when they get devalued. So with this, I want to thank you so much and congratulate you, Dr. Addis. Your team has done very well. The organizing committee, the MC, wonderful. The entertainment, for us, it is really an opportunity that we would like to be part of this, and we assure you of our commitment and support to make sure that this national payment is successful. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Honorable First Under Secretary, for the wonderful remarks. All the emphasis were on fast, safe, efficient, and reliable payment system. Thank you very much. As he leaves, let's give him applause, please. Guests of honor, ladies and gentlemen, at this juncture, allow me invite the first Deputy Governor, Bank of South Sudan, Honorable Samuel Yanga Mikaya, who will, at the end of his remarks, welcome the Governor, Honorable Dr. Addis Sababa Otho.
Thank you, MC. Honorable Dr. Martin Elia Lomure, representing the President of this country, Honorable the Governor of the Bank of South Sudan, Honorable Deputy Governor, our colleagues, the board members, not forgetting delegates from East African community. You are very much welcome, and we are happy to see you. Thank you for coming. I would not, of course, forget my colleagues, the MDs, the CEOs of the commercial banks, and other MNOs, colleagues, the staff of the central bank, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning. Honorable Minister, let me take this opportunity to welcome all of you on behalf of the Honorable Governor and the entire family of the Bank of South Sudan. With great pride and purpose, we are here to launch the first South Sudan's interbank payment and settlement systems, a historic milestone that positions our country on the path of economic modernization, national financial inclusion, and regional integration later on. This is a system built not only with technology, but with trust, cooperation, and a shared vision of one financial system that serves all of us. Until today, our financial institutions operate manually with delayed settlements, no interoperability, and it is also costly. But with this system, payments between banks will be faster, safer, and efficient, with settlement done in real time, thus increasing trust in our banking system. More importantly, this launch reflects the Bank of South Sudan's unwavering commitment to building a stable, inclusive, and technologically advanced financial sector. This is a South Sudanese owned and centrally operated by the Bank of South Sudan, designed and customized in the unique needs and future aspiration of our country in mind. It is a sovereign platform laying the groundwork for future integrations of different systems that will include a number of them, including national switch, the mobile money interoperability systems, e-government services, eventually regional payment harmonization. We are therefore planting the seeds of a digital financial ecosystem that is fit for purpose and built for our future. This achievement would not have been possible, definitely, without the dedication and cooperation of many other actors. Let me thank our commercial banks for their unwavering support and technical cooperation throughout the journey. Our development partners, particularly the East African Community and the Secretariat, African Development Bank, the World Bank, and the IMF for both financial and technical assistance. The Bank of South Sudan staff who have worked tirelessly, often behind scenes. A special thanks to the team of National Payment System. Let this service serve as an example of what we can achieve when we come together for a common goal. The launch today marks the beginning. We will continue strengthening this platform with additional services and innovation, pursue regional payment linkages, and align with global standards of cybersecurity, compliance, and operational excellence. The Bank of South Sudan pledged to remain a trusted steward of this infrastructure with transparency, efficiency, and public trust at the core of our mission. Today, our banks are connected. Tomorrow, our businesses will thrive. And very soon, every South Sudanese will feel the benefits of a more connected, accessible, and dynamic financial system. May this launch mark a turning point in the banking sector, as well as in our national journey towards economic independence and prosperity. I thank you so much for coming. Thank you. Let me take this opportunity given by my colleagues here to welcome Dr. Addis Ababa, the chairman of all what is happening, the brain behind the move. And thank you so much for being here to witness the speech. Thank you. You're welcome, Honorable.
Thank you very much, my brother, Honorable Samuel Yanga. Honorable Dr. Martin Elia Lamoro, the Minister of Cabinet Affairs, and the guest of honor today, honorable board members who are here, my brother, Honorable Yanga, Honorable Rita, distinguished development partners, CEOs, MDs of banks, mobile network operators, fintech companies, members of media, invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. A very good morning. I am deeply honored I'm profoundly honored to welcome you all to this historical occasion, the official launch of the National Payment System, what we call South Sudan Interbank Payment and Settlement System. Today, we are not just introducing a new financial system. We are ushering into the new area of financial sector and our economy, national economy. Today mark the results of years of visions, strategic thinking, collective dedication of so many people. Many of you who are present here, including the East Africa community, African Development Bank, and the others. For so long, our economy has been constrained by the cash-based system. We are heavily relying on a cash transaction for very long. That has limited the efficiency, the transparency, and inclusions. It has slowed down the space of trade, commerce, and increased the cost of doing business in South Sudan. But also has left millions of our citizens outside the formal financial system. In particular, the existing cash-based system that we all know has imposed high costs and risk associated with moving physical cash. We know we all love seeing physical cash, but it comes with so many risks. But has also left a large part of our people, especially in the rural areas, financially excluded, as has reduced efficiency in doing businesses and hindered the delivery of government services. The system, the national payment system, is our strategic response to all these challenges. It lays the foundation of a modern digital financial infrastructure, making financial service faster, safer, more affordable, and accessible to all. What is NPS? What will it deliver? Many have asked so many questions. What is exactly the national payment system, and what will it deliver for South Sudan, and in particular the South Sudan economy. I think we have heard from DG, from Akum, and the rest, but let me put more emphasis on this. The system that we launched today is the engine of a modern economy. It will enable real-time payment, instant funds between the individuals and businesses 24 hours a day and 7 days a week. What it means is that you can make the payment instantly within the financial system and across the banks. We also will enhance interoperability. What it also means is seamless transaction across banks, mobile money platform, and fintechs. But we also know, and this has been part of our reform agenda, that it will promote financial inclusion. For so long, many of our people, especially the unbanked populations, have been left outside the formal system, and this will now expand the access to financial service to unbanked population, and particularly the women, youth, who form the majority of any society, and especially those who are in the rural areas and rural communities. But also will improve the efficiency and transparency. Let me underline that words, efficiency and transparency. What it means is that it will lower the cost of doing business in South Sudan. As of now, because of lack of so many infrastructure, many of our investors are discouraged to come and do businesses in South Sudan. And with this system, we lower the cost of doing business, but enable us what we call the e-government services. Of course, the National Communication Authority have introduced that e-government, and we're still seeing the benefits of that system in terms of applying for visa online, etc., etc. But most importantly, it will strengthen the trust in financial system. Someone have told us and remind us that the trust is a currency that we need to have within the system. A trust between us as the Bank of South Sudan, us and the commercial bank, but by extension between the commercial bank and the people. This milestone, as it was said, is a collective achievement made possible through partnership, collaboration, and shared national vision. Allow me, therefore, to express my sincere appreciation and gratitude, first, to Excellency General Salva Kiir Mayardit, the President of the Republic of South Sudan, for his visionary leadership, and to the government and all the government agencies. And I know Dr. Martin Lea Lamoro is here for their unwavering support and political will. We have seen the amount of support that we have enjoyed from all the government institutions, and you have heard from the First and the Secretary that they stand ready to support this system. To our development partners, East Africa Community, East Africa Secretariat, African Development Bank, World Bank, and others. I know my sister Teresa, we met back in 2017, and for some of you, if you can recall, this system was an initiative of one phone call from very South Sudanese, someone who's thought that we in the Republic of South Sudan should enjoy a grant that will provide this platform. It was Garang Atem, by then who was a student or PhD in Nairobi, who made a phone call to connect the team to the Bank of South Sudan under the leadership of the late Otomrago Ajak and those of Dear Tong by then. And now we can see clearly that this has become the reality. To our banks, telecoms operators, fintech company, the frontliners who will deliver the real value to our people. Your role is so important. We might have introduced the system today, but your continuous support to this system will make a difference. I'm happy the way the chair lady of the Bank Association have spoke on behalf of the commercial bank, and we will rely on your support going forward. To the dedicated staff of Bank of South Sudan, and in particular the NPS team under the leadership of Akum Sabakher and the DG, of course. Your commitment, your tireless work has brought us to this proud moment. This is the legacy, and I thank you most sincerely. I think you deserve a round of applause. This team, they've been going from bank to bank, trying to connect all the banks to the system, but also working with all the consultants to ensure that we live these days. So you brought us so far, and we are very proud of you. Let it be remembered that this generation has paved the way for the brighter, more connected and inclusive future for South Sudan financial sector. Today is just the beginning. It's just the beginning of a digital transformation journey. The digital economy, the digital transformation journey that will change, will shape the future of the financial sector in South Sudan. To our financial institution, I will encourage you to continue, innovate, be creative, and build a user-friendly solution on this platform. To our government agencies, and our guest of honor is here, use this system to digitize the payments and public services. We really want to see all the government's payments pass through this system. It will create a kind of accountability that is needed. To our citizens, to the private sector, embrace this new, secure, and efficient way of managing your money. E-money is money, not only the physical cash. If we embrace this system, I can assure you, and the National Communication Authority has already spoken, you will have a secure an efficient way of managing your little resources. Together, we are laying a foundation, a track for South Sudan's digital economic transformation, a transformation that attracts investment, will foster innovation, and create a more resilient and inclusive economy for generations to come. Honorable guests of honor, distinguished guests, the future of South Sudan economy lies in digital transformation, and that journey begins today. I would once again thank you. I would like to sincerely thank you once again for gracing this occasion with your presence. I know this has been a long day, but I believe all of us will have a day and a moment to look back and say we did what we could when we were given opportunity. Thank you very much. Allow me at this juncture to call upon Honorable Dr. Martin Elia Lamoro, who is the guest of honor for this occasion, to come and address this gathering. So, Honorable, you are highly welcome.
Business, please. It's a great honor for me to come and represent the President in this auspicious historical event. An event that marks the journey towards economic independence of our country. I also bring to you, all of you who are here, greetings, very warm greetings, and a message of congratulations from the President for his successful, technically higher achievement, which is a payment for the struggle of many who have paid the struggle for independence with their blood, so that we, as the citizens of this country, can now build the country our way to meet with the challenges of our generation. This is a very important event for me personally. For years I have been fighting. But there's no country that can be run without a payment system. And when I was told this morning that I was come to present the President, I ran to my office to have a little time for myself, only 10 minutes. I think I called him to say, when is it? He said, it's now, and I said, nah. I went to consult with my friend, a friend of ours called AI. What is this payment system? What are the elements of it? What will it do for us as South Sudan? What have we lost in managing our economy without a public payment system? So you, in the financial sector, the President will be fully informed of what we have lost and what we expect from the establishment and the installation of the system. I'm sure my friend Dr. Adisawaba will remember that we have an ad hoc committee that was how we manage our banking system. It was chaired by myself. I also know that my sister Bruna Chirisio will know that, and all of you, the MDs and the CEOs, will know that. I have personal interest in this system. I feel that the private banks in our country are not being controlled. A lot of money has gone out of this country. This is the only country where people ship money out and bring them in planes. Is that not true? From today, with this system, we expect the banks to be fully in compliance with the laws and regulations of our country. The president did not only fight for political independence, he also wants economic independence. An economy that supports the citizens, develops the citizens. This country is the only country where commercial banks give no mortgages for citizens to build houses for themselves. Is that not true? This country is the only country where commercial banks do not offer loans for businesses. And I can point at buildings and hotels owned by foreigners given loans through some commercial banks in this country. This must come to an end, and immediately so. This is the only country where some MDs are so powerful that they're even accompanied by national security. They are guarded. This must come to an end. We are a free country. We cannot be bullied by MDs and CEOs. When we have a system that is free and fair, it should not be abused. Because it means we don't know what we fought for. It means we don't know why people lost lives for independence for over 50 years. Abused by our own. It's much more painful than fighting for over 50 years. The president wants this economic system to deliver for the people, for the manifesto for which he was voted as the president of this country. So I've come to say this and say it not only politically, but without fear and favor. That the end for abusing the sovereignty of the Republic of South Sudan must be ended, and with immediate measures taken. I was listening carefully to the experts, DGs, and I was very proud in my heart that we now have personnel built for our banking system. I remember the president said when we were supposed to join the East African community, and some people complained to say, oh, we don't have the capacity to join this community. Oh, these people will come and take our jobs and so on. And the president said, no. I know my people, when they are given an opportunity, they will stand to the challenge and they will be there. And here we are today. I'd like to appreciate the East African Community Secretariat and the African Development Bank and all the technocrats from our neighboring countries for the speeches they made and for the points they highlighted. In particular, from the East African Community Secretariat, that this system will enable in the time to come the integration of our local currencies so that we can operate and pay using our own local currencies. I think this is a point that our good sister needs to be congratulated and applauded for. One of the colonial control system that is operating is the dollar. So we're being sanctioned, we're being abused because we use the dollar. But if we can use our local currencies within the region, I don't want to be an American, do I? And that's the way to go. This itself is the liberation of our continent, not only the region. So I would like to encourage this East African Community Secretariat, the African Development Bank, and all concerned to accelerate and expedite the usage of our domestic currencies in our interaction as members of the East African Community. I also want to thank our Association of the Banks under the leadership of our sister Bruna Sirisha. They have struggled. They've come from Khartoum, they've come from elsewhere, but now they are established. And when you're established, please make sure your laws, rules, and regulations are rigorously implemented. One of the things that is making us fail, we don't implement our laws that guide us because of mujamala. This is where we are failing. If the law says do this, you do it, even if it's your mother or father, because that's the only way to succeed. So let's learn. Without this sector, South Sudan can go nowhere. We cannot go anywhere without economic development, without economic efficiency, without economic support to the citizens. Young people graduating should have the opportunities to get mortgages to build themselves houses rather than to corrupt. People who want to do business should be able to access business loans rather than to corrupt and go to Malia and have payment repeated many, many times. By the way, don't think we're ignorant of what is going on. Our eyes are everywhere. Even in the Bank of South Sudan, we know what is going on. Seriously. This is a serious talk. Because we want to be seen as a country that is being run by laws, regulations, and perception that is clean and clear. So today, I was not sent to be a friend to you. I was sent to tell you what the president wants for his country and people. I hope you heard me clearly. And you also be worried because I'm in charge of cabinet. So I can trigger anything that will bring you to the cabinet and you'll answer. I have my ways of moving around. We really want success. And we speak this from our hearts. This generation of politicians is supposed to build the foundation for the country. And then we will leave you the floor for those who are young to carry on from there when you know the ground is firm and clear. So today, you have proven to us that we now have a foundation for the banking system. And there is no lucky man other than Dr. Addis Ababa. They started a long time ago. But then God brought him to come and launch it himself. Mabruk Yahweh. Mabruk. And Mabruk to all of you, our DGs who spoke. And I do not normally do this protocol thing, recognition of protocols. No. I just take it from there. But I really, in my heart, strongly appreciate what you have done. This is an achievement for our country. You have made us proud today. I know that the world will look at us and say what we read in newspapers about South Sudan is incorrect. Because we are striving. We're improving our banking system. We are building a national security sector. We have institutions which are now established and operational. Soon we will go to a democratic process where the people will vote for their leaders and the country is built. It is hard for us, especially for us who are politicians, Because we get insulted, we get accused, all kinds of things. If you don't have a strong heart, my friend, you'll be dead.
President, for appreciating, recognizing the efforts you have made today to have a payment system that will control the movement of money in our country. No one can tell me that money was not being carried to Shabalat and Sanadid Para or Europe. This system, hopefully, will control the banks and make sure that even emissions, some of the agencies, NGOs, that do not have accounts in our banks should be forced to have banks in our house. You can't claim money outside, come and help South Sudan, and you keep the money.
Kenya or in Uganda or somewhere else. When we have banks here. So Addis Ababa, you have a journey. I did not hear a speech from our economic security members. They should be an important institution in this launch. The economic security sector has a lot to do, and they should not play it ignorant. They know money is being carried out of our country. They know it. They should come and tell us how they will use this system to control the movement of money. If they were not aware, they should be made aware. Without them, even what Addis Ababa can do, you cannot do it. What GIF can do they will not do it. You need economic security to be part and parcel of the system so that they know what is going on. Otherwise, I want to thank you very much for this opportunity, and I want to appreciate all of you in your various capacities for the effort, the time, and dedication you have put to have this system operational. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, guests of honor, for the wonderful speech and for giving us the bank assurance. We have reached a very important item, the ceremonial item that demonstrates why we are here, and that is the official launching and the ribbon cutting, which is just in the other room. But with your permission, let me request the guests of honor, the board members, the Bankers Association, DG representative from the NCA, development partners led by Honorable Governor and his two deputies to move to where we are going to have this ceremonial exercise, while the rest remain seated. What is taking place there, we are going to project it in this screen. So please, humble request, Honorable Governor, you can lead the undermentioned people to perform that exercise. The DGs from Bank of South Sudan can join this. Thank you for understanding. What is taking place there is going to be replicated here, and we will also have a look at it. Thank you very much.
the official launch of the Automated Transfer System, ATS. Today, we are proud to introduce a revolutionary platform with integrated, instant funds transfer capabilities. This advanced infrastructure is designed to elevate the efficiency, security, and reliability of interbank payment processing and settlement operations. This system is built with advanced security controls to ensure only authorized users can access the platform. Each user must meet strict security requirements, including the use of digital certificates, security tokens, and unique login credentials. Upon accessing the system, users undergo multi-factor authentication. First, their digital certificate and security token are verified to confirm device and user identity. Once validated, the system prompts for a username and password to complete authentication. Only users who provide all valid credentials are granted access. As shown in the second screen, a user with an invalid password is denied entry, even when a valid certificate and token are presented. This demonstrates the system's strong access control and layered security approach. Security is our foundational pillar. Thank you for your time today.
I think it's just a brief process that we wanted to introduce you to. The National Payment System Department or the Bank of South Sudan has come with a very sophisticated system that has multi-billion. Once you want to log into the system, you have to undergo through process. We have a token, a public key infrastructure, and then you have to put your password. Once you don't have all those necessities, you cannot log into the system. This is one step of security. This is one step of the security. And our system is also efficient, meaning the RTGS is immediate. It is just a click, then a transfer is done. It is also final and irrevocable. It doesn't need human intervention. Once a commercial bank sends a payment, the system checks whether the account has balance or it doesn't have balance. If it doesn't have balance, that message is queued, waiting for balances in the settlement account. Once there is amount in the settlement account, definitely that transaction is done. So once you send a transaction that has an error, it cannot be reversed in the system. It has to go through up to the next destination. Then that person also has to send back the payment. So it is irrevocable. It is final and irrevocable. It doesn't need human intervention. Nobody will do some intervention in it. If we mean sending 1 million, it's 1 million. Nobody will add it to make it 1 billion or to reduce it to make it 100. So it is a secure system, it is efficient, and it is inclusive. At the moment, we're starting with the commercial banks, but with time we'll also integrate the MNOs. Because when you see the profile of the MNOs, they are more than even the commercial banks. So with time, we shall also integrate them to the system. Thank you so much.
Yes. Can you explain a bit the connection between use of finance and all the payments that will come? Can it be integrated into the system?
It means yes. Once we are having a bit of a constraint to connect to people because our current core data system needs to be upgraded. But in the next few weeks or months before December, we'll be integrated with the IPMIS. So we are working to collaborate with the Ministry of Finance to make sure that we connect with the IPMIS. So that the IPMIS and core banking system can monitor with the RTGS, where we integrate it to monitor if it has balances, it doesn't have balances, the account of Ministry of Finance. Another important thing is there are several accounts for the government. So there is ongoing reforms on a single credit account done by City Pursuit. So we are waiting for that. Once we have that reform in place, then it will be very easy now to integrate with the
and the forexes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I think
system, when we send a SWIFT to a bank, it's supposed to be settled immediately. If there is no money, then the whole thing will fail. Why should you send such a statement ahead when you don't have money?
Okay. Yes, thank you. The reason why the system monitors and queue is because once you have insufficient balance, the system will detect that you do not have balance. Then you will send a notification to the financial institution that you do not have it, but it will queue in the system. But once you now fund your account, the system will detect that this bank A has already funded the account, then it will now release what was queued.
Just like flight checks.
Yes.
Yeah, if you allow me to add on this one. Normally banks have a window with the central bank. They do what they call standing facilities. Like at the end of the day, if they are short, they can run the central bank and go for a week time to settle or certain transactions. So the system will accept that.
So we also have a window where we have a timetable. We will not show it here, where we have sessions. We have different sessions where we can do different activities in the day for the commercial bank. Like from morning to 2, there's a lot of activities happening, including intraday and credit.
To update.
Yeah, to update the system.
Will that make easy for banks that are getting money from outside coming to South Sudan?
Yes, of course, I will integrate to what is called, I will integrate the system with the SWIFT. So when we are sending cross-border payment, the system monitors through the SWIFT network that we have. We do not update the public before. We are already connected, direct connectivity to Belgium with the SWIFT currently. So all the cross-border payment will be done through the central bank. We are waiting just for onboarding.
So all the that you connect to all the entire banking system. Yes. You see what is happening, we know what is coming in, but also through the national financial switch, we also know what is going on. Yes. So we'll be monitoring.
CST. Yeah, so there's another system, another CST.
Central Securities Depository System, CSD manages government securities operations, including the auction master data registration, bidding management, registration, and settlement of auction results from the primary market, sales and purchases, registration, cancellation, and execution of pledges, payment of interest and coupons, registration, and payment of full security redemptions. This presentation takes us through foreign exchange auction. CSD is built with advanced security controls to ensure only authorized users can access the platform. Each user must meet strict security requirements, including the use of digital certificates, security tokens, and unique login credentials. Upon accessing the system, users undergo multi-factor authentication. First, their digital certificate and security token are verified to confirm device and user identity. Once validated, the system prompts for a username and password to complete authentication. Only users who provide all valid credentials are granted access. As shown in the second screen, a user with an invalid password is denied entry, even when a valid certificate and token are presented, demonstrating the system's strong access control and layered security approach. On a successful login, the system displays the homepage showing various parts of the system. The system header displaying business day card, system event, showing actual execution time and programmed automatic execution time. CSD uses a series of menus items displayed on the left side of the screen to enable access to the various functions of the system. For access, simply click on the menu item. This either takes you to the desired screen or displays a submenu from which you can make a further selection. The daily timetable is implemented using the default timetable and current timetable options. By default, the CSD system daily operations timetable contains the following events: startup day, startup business day, intraday auction cutoff, initial DVP cutoff, final DVP cutoff, FOB cutoff, end of business day, and end of day. These events can be automated or done manually based on business needs. The system has full range of auction maintenance operations for the auction administrators. For example, the display has auction creation, modification, and approval processes. Other processes include cancellation, result simulation, and execution.
Foreign exchange, FX. Sell auction is a liquidity absorption tool, and foreign exchange, FX. Buy auction is a liquidity injection tool. The system implements the functionality to create competitive and non-competitive bids via the dedicated auction platform screens. In case of non-competitive bids, an investor bids only the quantity. In a competitive bidding process, non-competitive bids are awarded separately from the competitive bids according to the maximum non-competitive allowed value. Auction prepare execution, that can only be performed after the bidding window closing time has passed. Once the prepare execution activity is successfully performed, the auction and ISIN data can no longer be altered, and the execution and authorization of the auction can be undertaken. However, the auction itself can be cancelled at any time before the final authorization. At this point, all the bids that are not in a final status are automatically cancelled by the system. On auction execution, the auction applies a wording algorithm on the final set of bids. The auction results information is displayed as a report. A different user than the one performing the preparation execution must perform the auction execution operation. Thank you for watching the process of foreign exchange auction presentation.
Explain the CSD.
Since it can be explained by financial market.
Okay, I can do it.
Okay.
Welcome to the official launch of the Automated Transfer System, ATS. Today, we are proud to introduce a revolutionary platform with integrated, instant funds transfer capability.
The last part of the system that we have displayed is the CSD, and it's part of the system that processes government securities. In a normal economic setup, government's fiscal budgets usually face some sort of deficits. Now, for the government to plug in the deficits, there are options. Either the government will borrow internationally, foreign borrowing, or they will borrow locally. Now, borrowing locally, that means they will have to borrow from the banks. Now, if they want to borrow from the banks, they will identify the central banks as the fiscal agents. Now, the central banks will do the role of the Minister of Finance to mop up liquidity, to plug in the gaps in the fiscal budget. This system, now you use it to do the bidding between commercial banks and the central banks to mop up liquidity. And that is the best way to plug in the fiscal deficit, because if the government borrows directly from the central banks, that creates inflation because it's put pressure on the local currency. So now this is the system that will allow the government to borrow from the commercial banks. And again, it has an advantage of trying to identify whether the banks in the long run will develop what we normally call yield curve. This is the interest rate. You can't have an interest rate without borrowing. It's only through borrowing that you will develop the yield curve, which is the interest rate. And the system is very helpful in that process.
Three points to clear in my head. First of all, in the situation we're in, where we don't have liquidity, there are banks that have not given people credit, electronic payment cards. So even if you have money, you don't have the cash, you can't use the card because you don't have it. And they say they don't have machines for payments in the market.
ATMs.
The ATMs. Why? What freedom do they have to do that? You know, I've been taking me now almost a year to get a card from my bank. That's one. Two. Some of the commercial, forexes are selling at a very high rate. When are we going to have them display the exchange rates visibly so everybody can see it? Because that's the transparency we're looking for. If they display, then I know I can choose which ones. And since I heard you've done, you develop a system where you have a high limit and low limits. So the fluctuation should be within a certain range. But that will not work if the forexes are doing their own things. I think we need to address those. I think the last one is that people fear putting their money in the banks. Because you pay in your money, you're charged. You won't withdraw, you're charged. When are we going to end this?
What we're doing now, we have displayed all the tariffs for commercial banks and mobile money operators to have at least the public make the choice. This is how you encourage the competition. And by doing so, you will lower the charges. This is what, but through the system, you will talk about doing business outside. Doing business outside is very costly. So we will definitely want to see kind of efficiency that will reduce the cost. So this is, we are still working on it. But I believe gradually we are getting there. Okay. That the answer that
what you do here gives us pressure in cabinet. Citizens complain. Even Muraslat, we couldn't do. I come to Alif in the shoe, like about the sheep, Lofikari, and she can buy Hajaf soup. It's easier, they can at least survive. But now it's very hard to survive. Women fear going to the office, by the way, because they are there in a queue. Who's in the bush? Who's in the bush?
So allow me to say this, Honorable Minister. What we are trying to do right now is to shift. It's just a mindset shift from the cash economy to more of digital. But within the digital, we're also trying to address the challenges. You know, nowadays there is different rates. There is what they call transactional rate, which is higher than parallel market rate. So we're trying to address all those things. But that is a way to convince the private sector to accept the e-money. E-money is a legal tender. There is no way we believe or we make people to believe that the only way is to buy goods and services is by having cash. It cannot work. It cannot work. I know the funniest part of it is some of them have been in Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania, all the neighboring countries. They don't use cash. But the moment you land here, you think like, oh, we need cash. That mindset.
Do you feel they're hard one? This is a hard one. Do you feel that there are people operating money in the health? Because I'm seeing a lot of new money being sold. Or where do you get this money from? Thank you.
Yes, that marks the end of the demonstration.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
You're watching SSBC Live from the Bank of South Sudan headquarters, and it is the official launching ceremony of the Interbanks Payment System and Central Security Deposit. It's a major milestone in the history of the country, and it will help in boosting the financial system and ensuring that all transactions from certain organizations or private banks are being monitored efficiently through a connected system in the country. This event was actually graced by Honorable Dr. Martin Elia Lomuro, who is the Minister of Cabinet Affairs, and he's here at his capacity to represent His Excellency President Salva Kiir Mayardit in this very unique event, that is the launching of the Interbanks Payment System and Central Security Depository System, and it will help in financial transactions across the country. And both the government officials have also expressed their commitment to support the system.
Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed it. Now it's time to implement it. At this juncture, the Bank of South Sudan is a family. And when you come to our house, you don't leave empty-handed. We give you something to show that you came to us. It's a small gift of gratitude. Right about now, I'd like to invite our board members, our wonderful board members, and the chairperson of the organizing committee, our Director General for Banking Operations, Dr. Chan Andrea, to please come. I'll let you know what the next session is. You have inspired, and we hope your inspiration takes time. You will be asked what you did when you were here. This is one of them. We are so grateful to you. We are ready? The gifting committee, are we ready? All right. Received by the guest of honor himself. There are a lot of doctors today. This shows how wonderful this moment is. Dr. Martin Elialomo. Sorry. I'm sorry, I have. But Dr. Martin, please, you will be receiving our first gift. You are receiving this gift on behalf of His Excellency, the President of South Sudan. Let's please clap. This is a gift from the Bank of South Sudan saying thank you so much for the wonderful support. You may approach Dr. Martin. Thank you so much for the wonderful support. Thank you so much for your visionary leadership. So grateful. The Bank of South Sudan is so grateful for each and everything you do for them. Thank you so much, Doctor. The next gift will be received by a representative from the Ministry of Finance and Planning. A representative from the Ministry of Finance and Planning will be represented by yet another doctor, Dr. Majok Madinkwal, to receive it on behalf of Dr. Atian Ding Atian, the Minister of Finance and Planning. Let's clap for him, please. I think you can see the smells. The smells show how wonderful this occasion is. The next gift. Are we happy? Everyone is getting a gift today, by the way. Everyone is getting a gift. The next gift will be received by the representative from the National Communication Authority. The representative. This gift goes to Honorable Atang Kwalmanyang, the Minister for Trade. Yes, you are the one receiving it, yes. Yes, it's not a mistake. It is not a mistake. NCA is receiving on behalf of the Minister for Trade. Yes. It's not a mistake. Your faces had changed, so I had to clarify that. The next gift. Whom do you think the next gift is going to? DG, you're never wrong. Our very own. The one we are most proud of. Our governor. Dr. Addis Ababa Uto. For your great leadership. For your encouragement. For your vision. For your hard work. For tirelessness. And for everything you do. Not only for the Bank of South Sudan, but for South Sudan. We thank you, sir. The next gift, they move together. They are like twins. They are like twins. I have a twin, but he has a bigger twin. Honorable Samuel Yanga Mikaya, you are next. For the support that you have always extended to us, for the support you extended to the organizing committee to make this day come true. Thank you so much, Honorable. I know even before I finish speaking this name, many will clap, many will la la la. Right? Honorable Rita Nyankir, women in leadership, women in finance, great, great women. This is a sign that when they talk about the history of South Sudan, the history of this payment system, women were around. I was there. She was there. We were here. Not forgetting those who give us great support. The support you have rendered to us, you have supported us all through and through. I invite Madam Teresia Ndivo, the East African Community SIP Project Manager. Please receive this token of appreciation from us. Once again, women in leadership, women in finance, and women in these fields. Thank you very much. Joy that when I keep calling upon women and women, I'm a great advocate for women. I'm a great advocate of gender balance, by the way. So yes. In her absentia, Madam Grace Chokunda, the African Development Bank representative, will take this gift on her behalf. Mr. Akum is so excited since they have really worked together so hard. This is why he is here. He is ready to take it. Thank you very much, our director. Still, the country representative, the person representing the country representative of the African Development Bank in South Sudan. Still, Director Ako, you will take this gift on behalf of Mr. Themba Bebo. Thank you so much. From the smiles of our director, you can see how far he has toiled to realize this day. The next person, the chairperson of the Bankers Association, we cannot forget you. You are us, we are you. Central Bank is commercial banks, commercial banks are us. One coin, one currency, one South Sudan. Thank you so much, madam. And last but not least, like we say, everyone is receiving a gift today, right? So last but not least, the technical consultant, Mr. Abib Gaye, the one who toiled, the one that worked hand in hand with the National Payment System Department. Yes. When you see Director Kum receiving it, know it is heavy. It is not a small gift, it's a very, very big gift. Like we say, it's not the last. And to you all, I offer to you the gift of the payment system. Congratulations to all of us, and let's welcome a new era. Thank you so much. Thank you. Are we ready for the next session? For the next session, to our DGs, your gifts are waiting in the office. We will come and bring them to you. Your gifts are there. Okay, right about now, we are going to welcome a legend who is in the building, Emmanuel Kemba, as we continue to enjoy our program. Please, enjoy this program. Welcome back from that energetic session. I hope we all enjoyed it. Right now, I'd like to invite the head of protocol of the organizing committee. He has an announcement for us all. The gifts are still coming. Bank of South Sudan, the gift that keeps giving. We are still giving you gifts.
Thank you, Mary Queens. All protocols remains in place. I just want to make a few announcements. The announcement is that Honorable Governor plus all the invited guests, including the 8 DGs, will go to the left side of the building for refreshments and networking. The rest of us will wait as the place is too small to accommodate all of us. Kindly don't feel offended. These are protocols and we have to maintain it that way. And in case of any breach of the protocol that has happened, we would like to apologize. Thank you.
The program is still going on, so maintain your seat. I told you when you see Director Akum approaching, it's always good news and a heavy gift. Our program does not end here. The organizing committee would like to inform you all that we have a cocktail party after this to celebrate our launch. The information will be availed to you by the people in charge. You are all most welcome to this cocktail function. Let's settle down. We are supposed to close with a closing prayer. As Bank of South Sudan, God is first and God is number one. The DGs of the Bank of South Sudan would request you to please settle down. We still have a program going on with the Director Generals, the directors, and the staff of the bank. Right-hand side to my right. The journalists, you are requested to go to the right-hand side. Our DGs and directors.